It seems like almost every other week now we're getting a new Yeezy Slide, Foam Runner, or 350, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Now at the end of the day, it's personal preference. Who am I to say that the Yeezy hype is done and over with? But what I can say is that Adidas is definitely not having a good time holding on to all this excess inventory. I ended up picking up 3 different pairs from the most recent Yeezy drop. I picked up 2 slides and 1 foam runner. Are all of them sitting online? 100%. Did I pick them up in my size? Of course not. Why would I do that? Now, if you have to look at this from a resale perspective, of course the Yeezy hype is done and over with. They're not going for above retail anymore. They're sitting in stock in a plethora of sizes right now, and they're easily accessible to the average consumer. So in that way, it is not a great shoe if you're looking at it from a resale perspective. Now, if you look at it from the consumer's perspective, you're getting it at retail, easily accessible, and it has that hype factor behind it if you were into streetwear for a while. Trust me, back in the day, if you got your hands on a pair of 350s for retail, you were ecstatic and overjoyed, especially if you're a reseller as well because you were making tons of money. But as a consumer, you were also saving tons of money getting it at the retail price. Now, the reason the slides and foam runners are also so popular is because of how comfortable they are. That cushioned sole is just amazing, and getting it for retail is even better. 350s on the other hand, let's be honest, it's not some tweets that made the 350 sales go down. It's the fact that it's not a lot of people's aesthetic right now. For a lot of people that follow trends, they're not looking at 350s as part of their current shoe rotation. It's a great gym shoe, it's a great everyday shoe at the moment, but there's a lot of brands that people are more gravitating towards. Even Nike is seeing some loss in sales right now to brands like New Balance and Asics with a variety of models that are available on the market. Now, as a Canadian, the Yeezy 350s are almost exactly 350 Canadian dollars after taxes. That's a lot to spend on one sneaker at this point in time. People always overlook the fact that people's priorities have changed since when the 350s first came out. People had a lot more expendable income back then. Rent was lower, grocery prices were lower, fuel was lower. Everything was a lot lower, and you had a lot of expendable income for things like sneakers at the time. I was also younger, so I didn't have to focus on all of those things. Those were my priorities at the time. My priorities were looking fresh and dressing the best I could and getting all the things I couldn't when I was younger and was relying on my parents for an allowance. Now, as I'm older, all these other things, rent, groceries, fuel, insurance, all that good stuff is a lot higher than it used to be when I first got into the sneaker game. That is where a lot of people's priorities are at the moment, and it's also saving for a rainy day. And a pair of 350s just isn't fulfilling that in any aspect at all. So it's not just some beefs and tweets that are contributing to the overall decline in demand for these sneakers right now. And that's why they're sitting in almost every single size. Now let's talk about quality control and this particular model here, the dark slate that just released. If you got a pair, have a look at the inside here of both sides of your slides, because you might notice some sparkliness going on the inside. A lot of people notice this, and when I looked at my pair, I was shocked too, because inside is all carbon fiber glass. Yes, there were shards of glass speckled across the inside of these slides here. I'm not sure if it's going to pick up on camera or the close-ups, but a lot of people mentioned this. So what is going on with quality control? It's like Nike and Adidas just gave up, and on top of that, increased a lot of their prices. As a consumer, I really don't like it. Even when it comes to casual sneakers, not even reselling, all that stuff, I'm just talking about as a casual consumer, I would like to get a great pair of shoes and then scuff it up and ruin it myself. I don't want a damaged product or a potentially hazardous product right out of the box. Now, aside from the quality control issue, the slides are still super comfortable. If they're in an affordable price range for you, they're a great pickup and still are, even if people are saying that it's not an official Yeezy anymore or it is an official Yeezy. I don't care. Comfortability wise, they're 10 out of 10. Almost every single vacation I go to, especially on resorts, for people in my age demographic, so I would say about 25 to mid 30s, everyone has a pair of Yeezy slides on their feet. And that's not because of the hype factor behind it. It might be, but it's also because of the comfort factor as well. They're a great pair of slides. Now, for the foam runners, I think of them the same way I think about Crocs. When I was younger, I didn't really like them. I didn't understand them that well. I was like, Crocs, no. The older I got and I put them on my feet, I understood the hype factor, and now I can't go anywhere without them. The foam runners are the same thing, but a more hype version of that for me. Now, of course, I had to put a fit together for you guys. So what you guys are seeing on screen right now is a nice H&M crew neck up top in a cream colorway. This is perfect for the spring weather. And for the pants, I'm wearing some Abercrombie Carpenter pants, which is in line with the current trends, and on feet, of course, the foam runners. So this is a great example of how you can still incorporate sneakers that you bought in the past with current trends. You don't have to switch up your entire rotation just because someone on TikTok told you to. That includes myself. Now, I know this video was kind of all over the place because you guys know I love to yap and I picked up a bunch of Yeezys, so might as well talk about them. But I'm curious to know what you guys think, so let me know down in the comment section below if Yeezys are played out, if you picked up any of the most recent drops, do you still wear any of your Yeezys if you own them, or is there a pair you're looking forward to restocking on the Confirmed app or in stores? Let me know all of that down in the comment section below so we can have a nice little discussion about it. And if you're still going to be spending some time on YouTube, then check out one of these two videos over here. With that said, guys, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.